Problem 14 is a word problem. It starts, a second number is 4 times the first number. The third number is 12 more than the first number. If the sum of the three numbers is 240, find all three numbers. To do word problems in intermediate algebra, we've used this chart before. So let's review briefly what we're going to do in the first step. In our understand step, we want to write down everything we need to know about the problem. So we want to reread the problem and make sure we pull out all of our important information. The first thing we need to know is that we're finding three numbers. We don't know yet what the first number is, but we do know that the second number is 4 times the first, and we also know that the third number is 12 more than the first. So here there's a few pieces of information that are important. The last thing that we really need to know is that the sum of all three numbers is 240. Now we have nothing yet for our first number. So what is our first number going to be? Well, our first number is going to be x for us. When we move on to the translate step, this is where we want to create a skeleton of the equation, and we want to fill in the skeleton to actually make our equation. So we start by remembering we're adding three numbers together to get to one number. So our skeleton has three blanks added together, and that's set equal to just one blank. Our three blanks on the left side of the equation are our first number, second number, and third number, and our last blank is the sum. Going back to our understand step, we've said what these three numbers are. The first number is x, our second number is 4 times x, and our third number is 12 more than the first, and our sum is 240, so that's equal to 240. Now I have my equation. I'm ready for the third step, which is our solve step. In the solve step, we're literally going to solve our equation for x. So we want to rewrite our equation and go through the steps to get x by itself. We have x plus 4x plus x plus 12 equals 240. Our first step should be to gather all of our x's together. X plus 4x plus x is 6x, and we're left with 12 equals 240. As I solve for x, I need to subtract 12 and then divide by 6. I've found out that x equals 38. I'm not quite done yet. My interpret step wants me to use x to answer our final question. So again, we were supposed to find three numbers. We haven't yet found three numbers, so we need to plug x into each of our numbers and figure out what the three numbers are going to be. Our first number is literally x, so the first number is 38. Our second number is 4 times x, 4 times 38. Well, 4 times 38 is 152. Our third number is 12 more than the first, so 12 more than 38. 38 plus 12. That number is 50. So our three numbers are 38, 152, and 50. This is our final answer to the problem.